Hey everyone, how's it going? Right, this week I'm staying at the Jurassic Mountain Fishing Resort over in Thailand. Now, whilst strictly speaking this is a commercial fishery, it doesn't necessarily follow that the fishing is going to be easy. And in fact, it's been quite sporadic and patchy so far. Anyway, I thought I'd show you some of the tackle they use here and some of the rigs they recommend, and also a few of the fish I catch. So let's get on with it, shall we? The standard tackle setup here includes custom-made 5-pound test curve rods and Shimano 8000 bait runner reels loaded with 60-pound braid. There's also a rod pod and Nash siren bite alarms in each swim. Additionally, I used my own captive back leads to combat the massive amount of line bites I was getting. Now, as far as bait goes, you get enough to fill that. The white bucket, not the bin. So that equates to around about 12 to 15 kilos, and you can have a mixture of boilies or pellets. Pellets come in a kilo bag, as do boilies, and they're like a fish meal, 22 mil boilie. And I usually make them up with a snowman presentation. Right, one thing I would recommend you buying as an extra when it comes to bait is a bag of these things. Okay, chicken hearts. You can buy a bag of them. It's about a kilo bag for around about 150 baht when you collect your bait in the morning. And I basically just rigged these up on a big one of the Predator rigs. Hook size is about a 4.0, and just nick one or two of them on, hold them in place with a little bead stop, and plop it right down the edge. For the red-tailed catfish, arapaima, tambaki, whatever. One down behind this bit, can I wade out? Right here, yeah. Yeah, he's right round the back. Down there, the line is right under. Okay, thank you. The Predator rig is 8 to 12 inches long and constructed from a 120-pound breaking strain cat link and a size 4.0 hook with a barb crushed down to comply with the barbless rule here. Palomar knot for the hook and figure of 8 for the loop. Thread a chicken heart up the shank of the hook and hold in place with a small rubber bead. For a larger bait, thread a second chicken heart onto the bend of the hook and again hold in place with a small rubber bead. The day's fishing was almost over. I'd packed up my camera and most of my gear when suddenly I had a savage take on one of my rods. After a hard fight that lasted almost 20 minutes, the gilly finally slipped the cage under a fish that wasn't just a brand new species for me, but a personal best, biggest fish I'd ever landed.
Lift up the tail, that's it. Now look at me, everybody. How does it feel, mate?
It's good. How much is that, George?
Good fish. Okay. 1 second. Very nice. Drop it. Okay. Okay, yeah, we got the shot.
Cool. Oh, thank you, gentlemen.